Hey everybody, it's Matt here with FlyTrap Store. Flytraps are looking pretty good here. It's late August and they're kind of reaching their prime. June, July were really dang hot and they did not look very good. But we've had a pretty mild August and they've really come into their own now. So I thought I'd share a bit of my collection with you guys and just do a quick walkthrough, point out a few that I really like, and maybe point out a few that you've not seen before, some new ones that I've added. So anyway, let's get started. This is my mother pots. Most of these I use to set seed, and I do also set seed with some of the other ones down there, but these produce the majority of the seed. And so this is SD Kronos here in the front, and some of these traps are immense. They're getting really big here in August, and DCXL also pretty dang big. Some of the traps. This here is Whip Snapper, which was Bob Hanrahan's selection. World Insectivorous Plants, one of the very first mail order carnivorous plant nurseries. There's Fuse Tooth, looking really fused here, and Purple Haze with all my pollinating sticks stuck in the pot there. A couple pots of Maroon Monster, both looking really nice. Love the color and the size of the trap on Maroon Monster, one of my favorite red ones. Proud to have grown that one from seed, FTS Maroon Monster. Lunatic Fringe, not looking as good as it did earlier. I had some huge traps up there bordering 2 inches, but it's lost those now and it's starting to get smaller in preparation for fall. Royal Red over there. A couple pots of FTS Crimson Sawtooth there and there, one of my favorite red sawtooth plants. Whip Slim Snapper, another selection from Bob Hanrahan. Nice tall lanky traps with pretty good size traps on it. Some Low Giants, a really good cedar, just a generally nice plant. It doesn't look as good this year as it did last year for me, but still looks okay, respectable. And let's see, let's make our way down. Oh, my mother pot of Aliens, not really looking so good right now. It never really did look good all year, but it's finally starting to put up some traps that are decent size and green. I think it really hated the heat. So let's make my way down here to the A's and start at this end. So I guess I'll just pick out a few because there's so many here. But another one, this Carnivoria All Red Giant. It really does remind me of Maroon Monster, just not quite as large, it seems. A2, sibling to B52, which for me almost seems to always outperform B52. I like the coloring on this BCP H15, that mottled little bit in the back of the throat, I guess you'd call it, or the mouth of the Flytrap. Clayton's Volcanic Red, looking pretty nice. FTS Incredible Red Hulk, my big mother plant, ended up flowering and then dividing into a bunch of smaller ones, but still has some decent sized traps on it. Next year it should be huge again. Bristletooth is looking nice. What else do we got? FTS Archangel, looking a little green right now. It'll color up darker here soon. This plant, I've been really impressed with it. It's just big traps with a lot of color. This is a new addition for me this year, DCXL times Mega Traps, and it's super impressive. Can't wait to get that one propagated. I really like this plant too, Destroyer. It's not looking so perfect right now, but it had huge traps, mostly all the way through winter. So, Dark Knight, another really impressive dark red, really big trapped plant. I love this All Red Fused. I think I might have mentioned that one already. There's another All Red from Carnivores and More. All these red plants are awesome. There's Adentate. I love the freaky traps on this guy. What else do we have here? There's Trev's Dracula, not really coloring up yet, but it will soon. DC All Red, nice plant from David Connor. That Diablo Rouge, not looking its best, but it's looking a lot better than it did earlier. Here's a couple more Fuse Tooth varieties, Fuse Tooth Extreme and Fuzzy Tooth, and to be honest, I still think the original Fuse Tooth is probably the best fusing one. Here's a Werewolf Spawn. This is one I germinated from seed a long time ago. Pretty cool plant. What else do we have? FTS Red Jaws. a nice one. Take a quick swing to my left over here. There's a red shark. Nice plant. Red shark teeth, I think it is actually. St. Patrick's beard back there in the corner. And next to it is Southwest Giant, which looks pretty nice right now. Spotty, which lost its spots for me years ago. The only variegated plant that seems stable to me is Scarlatine. Wacky Traps, not looking its best. You can usually get them bigger than that, but still looking pretty happy. All right, what else? Green Dragon, nice plant. Holland Red, focusing on the red varieties here, but here's an all green one, Groon. My mother pot's a little lacking this year, but next year I'll beef it up a little bit. I got some really nice specimens that we have on the site for sale right now. Another all green variety, Justina Davis. I think this is the first registered all green variety, registered by Barry Rice. Microdent times Wine Rot, another seed grown by me. Really nice plant. Here's some Leucophylla. This is a Lowe's rescue that Rob Coe sent me. A little fusing tooth from Lowe's. Pac-Man, another freaky plant without fully formed traps. Pyara, I really like that guy. That's another one from Carnivoria, and I missed another plant from Carnivoria back here that I've had a couple years now. Diabolic Horns, pretty cool. I'll get to the table over there where almost all the Carnivoria plants are over here, so I'll head over there after I'm done with this, the rest of this, which I think I pretty much am. Jaws. There's my Scarlatine. Like I said, this is the only one that for me is a stable variegated variety. It's a really nice plant. Okay, let's head over to the Carnivoria table and some Green Jaws clones. These were my newest additions. Got these in February, March, I think. All of them I've actually really enjoyed. I think I'm partial to the Carnivoria plants. This one here, Mephistopheles, I really like that. And another one that looks quite similar, also from Carnivoria, is Big Dracula. It's like a giant Dracula. It gets really good color. Really nice plant. This is probably my favorite alien-like variety, this Ramis. I really like the trap shape, and it seems quite vigorous. At the beginning of the year, this plant over here was huge, Tutankhamun, and it died way back. It hated the heat wave we had and just almost seems like it was going to give up on life, but it's starting to come back a little bit now. Carnivoria Ramon, this is kind of an orangish colored werewolf type plant. This is werewolf giant form. It looks pretty small right now. Biohazard 2. This is Green Jaws Green Zebra and GJ Corrali. G12. This is a new giant clone for me. And while I'm thinking about it, I forgot a cool one over here. Another freaky one that I really enjoyed so far this year. First time I've been growing it. Double Trouble. I like that one quite a bit. It's like Trichterfall, but with double traps sometimes. This little flange on the side of the traps. Just an interesting freak, which I enjoy freaky ones. So, what do we got over here? This is Corey Double. Looks similar to Double Trouble. Yeah, Mephistopheles. I just love this plant. And this is Hanny WTW. That's a little red werewolf with Thanks to Wife Hanny, named by David Spark of Carnivoria. This is Galaxy, kind of like Umbra Compelt or MD Butt Cheeks, curls back on itself. This is Generalissimus. I really like this giant. It's it looked much better in the spring, but the traps on it are just quite large and beautiful with the fusing on them. Mihasa is looking quite good. This one is another fuse type, but it grows upright most of the year, and now it's starting to go down low again. Here's the Crazy Crusader, man. This thing, it puts on some of the craziest traps I've seen. I took a couple of photos of these as they were opening, and it just looks so hilarious the way it makes a curled up mouth, but the plant itself is just, it's super vigorous. It's a pretty good hunter, actually. You can see most of the traps have prey in them, the ones that are functional anyway. So I really enjoy that one a lot. Let's see, what else do we have? This is Asmodeus. Lots of flanging. It's like mirror, but extremely stable. Mirror tends to not always make the flanging traps, but this one, so far for me, has. Also a very capable hunter, as you can see, lots of flies in there. Aurora Borealis. Now this one, I really like it. You can see how white the traps look, but it tends to lose the traps almost as soon as it catches anything, and it really did not like the heat either. It seems like those white traps would burn up in the sun. So I don't know, I love it, but it might be a cool weather plant more than a hot summer plant. But and this is Amenhotep, another alien-like plant that's very attractive. A couple of red werewolves, which are not looking so great right now, but hopefully they come back next spring. And this is my evaluation tray right here. These are all plants I grew from seed, except for this one here. This is Barracuda, also from Carnivoria. But these others are seeds that I grew, and you can see this plant is like a really lanky mirror style plant. Let's see if I can get this thing to focus on this. I really like this one. I don't know what I'm going to name it yet, but I'm definitely going to name it and propagate it. It seems pretty stable. It makes quite a few traps with flanging, and it's the longest mirror making plant I've seen. So I'll give it a name. And then this one here is a really lanky kind of Schuppensteel style plant. If you look at it's going to be hard to see possibly, but it has scaling on the leaf bases and nice long teeth, similar to Schuppensteel. And this over here is just a nice red plant. I'm just going to let it grow out and see what it becomes. It could be another giant red. This one here is a werewolf seedling that's red, but its traps actually are like red microdent, slightly long too, so almost alien-like. I probably will name this one at some point. I really like it a lot. Another all red werewolf seedling. Also has kind of short spiky teeth, but it's not big enough to evaluate quite yet. And then this guy here is another nice red plant. I just grew this from seed last year, so it's still small, but worth checking out. So I potted it up in a big pot to give it a chance to grow. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll do a video soon on the leucophyllas and the other Sarracenia, because they're starting to look prime right now. Really, really nice plants. So stay tuned for that. And thanks again for watching.